Hi, if you are a new cage cleaning volunteer and you have not yet been trained, this video is going to show you exactly what you need to do during a typical cage cleaning shift. We have volunteers come in every day, 1 a.m. shift and 1 p.m. shift every day. And I'm going to show you exactly what you're going to be doing in the kitty room. So the first thing you want to do when you come in, since we get new cats, you know, the turnover is pretty high. The first thing you want to do when you come in is go over to this far wall where we have information sheets on each specific kitty. It will tell you how old they are, female or male. It should have a picture of the kitty, and so you can identify who's who. It will tell you their names and a little blurb about their biography, their past, what their personality is like. So that'll help you before you even start working with the cats. So the first thing you want to actually do is, I'm just going to clean cage number 2 as an example. You want to open up the cage and let the kitty out so that, for 2 reasons. The kitties love to play. They love to go in there and kind of be around you while you're cleaning, and then they're out of your way when you're working with their bedding and stuff. This is Gem, right? So we're gonna let Gem down and let her play. If you'll see in this part of the room, there's lots of kitty toys, and they're free to play with whatever they want to play with. Gem. And then the first thing you want to do is take out all their bedding. Okay, there's several different types of blankies. So you're going to take out all their bedding and you're going to just unfold it. And you can see this, you know, there's some kitty hair and some stuff on here. So we go down to this cabinet. It says cleaning supplies, okay? This brush right here is going to be your good friend. This is one of the most important things you're going to be using for cleaning. What you want to do with the bedding, first of all, if it's really nasty, just go ahead and put it in the dirty laundry bag. I'm going to show you where that goes. But if it's okay and it just needs to be brushed, you're going to just hold the blanket right over the trash can and just brush it. This brush gets off so many things. If, for example, there's a hairball or a dingleberry or something like that on the blanket, it's time to brush it off and put it in the dirty laundry and replace it with clean bedding. So then you'll just do it with every piece of bedding, every blankie that's in that cage. Brush it off, make sure it's nice and clean. And then you can just hang it over your cage door, and you can put the brush down anywhere. Let me show you where the dirty laundry goes. Let's say this one is ready to be washed. We go into the main part of the room where the door is, and we're gonna put it, you can either put it right here, or you can open up the bench, which I'm not gonna do because Lady Gem is on it right now, but you can open up the bench and stick it down there. And then we will get it put in dirty laundry bags, and myself and some other volunteers take the dirty laundry home, we wash it, and then we bring it back, and I'll show you where the clean bedding goes. The third lower cabinet over is where we have all of our clean bedding. You'll see that they're nice and clean and they're stacked neatly. That's where you pull bedding, fresh bedding, if you need to replace it. This next cupboard over also has some kitty beds as well as some other types of bedding, pillowcases and such. After the bedding, the next thing that you should do is run and take care of their litter box. Take out the litter box. This one isn't too bad because it's been cleaned recently, but what we do is we set it right here on this bin, and every cage door that has, with a cage that contains a litter box, has a hooper scooper right on it. So you just want to scoop what you can and just right in the trash bag it goes. And what you want to do, if it's looking a little sparse, I'm thinking this litter box can use just a little bit more litter in it. This huge white bin contains fresh litter. And there's a large scoop in it. So you just want to scoop. Go ahead and put a fresh layer on there. Whoa! Door's closing. And then simply, you will have already cleaned the bedding in here. So bedding first, then litter box. You will just put the box right back in to the cage. Again, if a litter box looks particularly nasty, if there's poop on the side, stuck to the side or something like that, then go ahead and dump all the contents of the litter box into the trash can and replace it with a clean box, which are right here. The second cabinet contains fresh, clean litter boxes, and then just fill it with clean litter, okay? Dirty litter boxes go on the same bench that dirty bedding goes into. All the dirty stuff typically goes in that bench. Now we're going to talk about their food and water bowls. It's important. That's a main reason we have an AM shift and a PM shift, because these kitties need fresh food and water twice a day. So this bedding is clean. So I'm going to go ahead and put it back in. The food and water bowls in the cages are attached to the cage door. So let's do the food first. If it looks like there's a lot of, this food looks fine. If it looks like there's a lot of like kitty hairs or a stray whisker or something yucky in there, go ahead and dump it. But for this looks fine, so we're gonna keep it as is. So a lot of the kitties in here eat different types of food, different brands. Right here are the containers, and it says exactly which kitties get which food. So since this is Jem and Tux's cage, I'm gonna put the bowl here and just refill it a bit, to make sure they have enough to get them through the day. Okay, and then we just put it right back in its little holder here, and then you can put the container back up there. Now this is their water. It's looking it's got some crumbs and stuff in it. I'm gonna dump it in the water bucket, which is way at the end here. This little white bucket is for old water. There's a back room, which I can show you at another time, but there's a back room with a sink that's low down on the floor, and that's where when the water bucket's full, you just wanna take it back there, dump it into the sink, and bring it back. That's all you need to do. Again, use your best judgment. If the water, let's say this water bowl looks gross. This one's not too bad, but let's say, it's time for a fresh water bowl. We stack dirty food and water bowls right over here on this little bin thing. Fresh bowls are right up here. The bowls that are up here are always clean and ready to go. I like to put the water bowl in before I fill it. There's a little less chance of spillage. And so then you fill it, about 3/4 full. Okay? So there's their fresh food and water. It's as easy as that. When a water jug is empty, there's no more water left in it. Let's pretend this jug is empty. We use these jugs as often as we can until they get unusable. So an empty water jug, if you just put it over here on our bench, if you put it right there on the bench, I'm the water jug filler. So I will see that there's empty jugs, I'll put them in my car and I'll get them refilled and bring them back in. The next thing you want to do after you have cleaned their litter boxes, given them fresh water and food, is record details in this logbook. This green binder is what we call our logbook. In the binder, it shows you, there's a sheet for each kitty and based on what cage they're in. So for example, this is Dublin. Dublin is in cage 1. And it says shift, Wednesday AM, Diane was here, no unusual observations. Thursday AM, Cheyenne and Justin were here. Everything okay? This is basically your comment column, okay? And there's 2 sides, so hopefully they'll last a good week. There's going to be 1 sheet for every week, okay? At the end of the week, new sheets will be put in. No matter whether you notice any unusual observations or not, I would like you to just put what shift it is, you know, Friday AM, and your name, so that I know the kitties were taken care of for that shift. If you notice anything unusual or questionable about the cat, behavior-wise, health-wise, if they have a strange-looking stool, some diarrhea, anything like that, if they're not eating as much as they usually do, anything you notice about that should go in the observations column. Up here, right above where you're going to be filling in the log sheet, are these information sheets for you, abnormalities that should be recorded on daily log sheets. Note any strange behaviors, and then you've got these categories: food and water, stools, urine, vomiting, coughing, eyes, and nose. Any of these things that you notice should be noted in the logbook, and feel free to text me or call me if you notice something that probably needs attention relatively soon. My phone number is right here on this sheet that says "We love our volunteers," and my name is Wendy, so I am the first contact that you want to make if you notice anything unusual. So what we're going to do at this point is we're going to put Jem back in her cage, because we're going to be leaving the room to go to the back room shortly, and we don't want any chance of escapees. It would be crazy to have one of these kitties tearing through PetSmart. Oh my goodness. It's one of my worst nightmares. So this trash bag here needs to be changed at every shift. So you just take the bag liner. It's not very full right now. It typically would be a little fuller than this, as you can imagine. So you go ahead and tie it up. Then we're going to bring it to the back room, and I'll show you where to put it. When you leave the room, this door will automatically lock. And if that happens, don't panic. Just get a manager and ask them, can you please open the kitty room door for me? I locked it. Door opens out, so what you want to do is we have this wheeled cart, and what we do is we just go like this, pull it right in front of the edge of the door, and then we don't have to worry about the door locking on us. So let's take this to the back room. So this is the back room, these big brown doors. Back here, all of the trash, not yet, all of the trash gets put right back in this corner. You'll probably see other bags of trash and stuff. This is where they pick all the trash up. Make sure the bag is closed and knotted, and you just put it on the rest of the trash that's back there. I'm also going to show you the sink I talked about for the water, the dirty water bucket. It's that square sink on the floor. You may also rinse and clean out dirty litter boxes if you're so inclined. That would be super helpful. Dirty litter boxes are in the bench back there. You can also clean out dirty food bowls. And I typically clean them out here, and then I take them back and I dry them, because we have lots of paper towels in the kitty room. So we have our empty trash bin. We're going to replace it in the cleaning supplies cabinet once again. You'll see it says garbage bags. Open that up. The garbage bags will always be right here. So you just get a fresh one, just like you would do at home, and line the trash bucket, whatever you want to call it, trash bin, with a new bag. Because I'm making a video, of course, I can't get the bag open. Okay, I got it. Okay? And then it's nice and fresh and empty for the next person that comes in for their shifts. There are a few other sheets taped to the wall that you'll want to take note of. This weekly cat caregiver schedule shows you who comes in during what shift, and my phone number is also on here. So hopefully you won't have any problem finding my number if you need to reach me. Sometimes you won't be able to cover your usual shift because something comes up and you have plans or you're sick or whatever. So this is our Can You Cover This Shift sheet, and we have a new one up each month. You can see someone needed coverage for October 14 and October 18 for the AM shift, so they marked AM, and two of our other volunteers very generously said, I will go ahead and cover that, and they put their name there so we know that those shifts are covered. The last sheet is the monthly adoption sheet. That just shows you who got adopted and the date that they got adopted, so you don't have to wonder how come Vito is not here anymore. Well, you look and you see that, yay, he got adopted. The main means of communication that we use here in the kitty room is this dry erase board. This dry erase board is stuck to the wall. It will be here forever and ever. And what you want to do is just take the pen and you can write anything you want on here. Whatever you write on here will be seen by myself and all of our other kitty room volunteers. So anything important, sometimes people tape little notes up here, whatever you want to do, this is a great way for me to leave notes for my volunteers and for the volunteers to communicate back with me and each other. Good girl. Let me know. The last thing you want to do is play with the kitties. This is the most fun part. Like I said, they love the toys in this room. They can play with anything they want. Good Dazzle. Good girl. Yeah, you got it. They love to play. The more time you spend with them, the more socialized they get, and therefore the more adoptable they are. So go ahead and play with them as much as you want. Good girl. Thank you so much for your willingness to volunteer for us and these kitties. We could not do this without you. And again, if you have any questions, just let me know. Thank you.